talk about how you can get a singer to like you. How you can get a singer to fall in love with you. When accompanying a singer, there's certain things that you need to do as an accompanist. And as a guitarist, you're going to be in that situation, in that role, a lot, unless you're Tommy Emmanuel and you're filling out solo concerts. Chances are you're going to be accompanying, whether in a band situation or whether just another singer or other instruments, you're going to be in that role a lot. So there's some things that you can do to be good in that role. And I was reminded of it again just a few days ago. I was at an event, and it was a solo guitarist and a vocalist. The song did not start in a typical easy fashion. It kind of started on an off chord with an off note by the vocals. It's just kind of one of those songs, not every song starts easily. This one was one that did not start easily. The singer couldn't find her pitch. The guitar player wasn't really particularly, he was just kind of thinking of his part and not really thinking of helping out the singer. So they tried to start it a couple of times, and eventually it just completely crashed. Stopped, put down the mic, then they got to talk for a little bit and figure it out, and then they try and do the song again. That reminded me just of the importance of the role of a guitar player in accompanying and what we can do to help our singers. Our goal is to make them feel comfortable. Just the next day or a few days later, I was in the same position where I'm a solo guitarist and I'm working with one singer. And we were doing a particular song that has 4 chords to it. It's in the key of E, but it starts on the 5 chord. So there's the first problem. It doesn't start where you think it would start. So it starts on a B, and it goes to an F sharp minor, and an A, E. So I'll just play that again. Now, the only intro that's written on the music is just a B to a B sus. Now, which is very deceptive for the singer because they might think we're in the key of B and that I'm playing the 1 chord, and then suddenly she doesn't know what note to pick. So here are some really important, rock solid things that are going to make a singer love what you're doing. First thing is, in my intro, I want to establish the key, I want to establish the feel of the song, the tempo of the song, and I want, very importantly, I want to hint at the melody of the song that the singer needs to start coming in at. Okay? So I don't want to just go, singer doesn't know where to come in at. She doesn't know what tempo it is. None of that's working. And I may be so buried in my music that I'm not even thinking about helping her do what she needs to do. So I came up with this. I thought, well, let me play it. It's kind of a sensitive little thing, so I thought I'd play it up. But how can I get the melody in there? So the melody is this. Okay, so there's the melody. So I need to try and kind of sneak that melody in. Now you got to think, well, they didn't do that on the recording. Well, and when they're recording, they're in the studio. They've gone through this song a dozen times. She knows exactly what the melody is, but live, you don't have that luxury. You may be going from song to song to song, and she doesn't know where you're going to start. So I can't do that. I've got to hint at the melody. So I came up with this. Just kind of played the chords. Suddenly she knows exactly what pitch she needs to hit in because I've just given her just her cue notes. And then I can go about and play my intro just like so nobody even really knows that I've given her the cue notes that she needs, because sometimes they'll just get it in their head wrong. Just that is enough to get her to where she knows where to jump in. And that's the idea. You as an accompanist need to get your head out of your music and give the singer what they need. So they need to know where to start. You are the magic carpet that they are riding on. And if you don't lay it out nice for them, the whole thing is going to crash and burn. And the singer's going to be the one that folks are going to think it's the singer's fault, but it's your fault. It's you. You're the problem. So I needed to help the singer out as much as I can. I can help her out by doing little walk-ups. Little walk-ups like that. Walk downs, help them know where they're at when you're coming around to different sections of the song. I can go high, I can go low, I can get intense, I can build up to the chorus, bring it back down for the verse. I can do all these things if I have my head in the game of what I'm doing. If I'm busy looking at my music, thinking about I'm just looking at trying to get my little part down, I'm going to miss it. Doing this for that song took me a couple of minutes to work out the night before we were supposed to do it. So it took some time. I couldn't just get up there and slop up there and not be prepared. It's a tricky intro on a chord that's not the root of the key that we're in. So it is easy for a singer to get confused. My job is so important, and if I do it well, no one ever knows. When you hear a great accompanist, the singers love that. It just makes them feel so secure because I'm little bit giving them what they need. In your intro, establish the key, the feel, the tempo, and hint at the first notes of the melody. It's a good idea for me to know, as the accompanist, know the notes of the melody, that the little riff that happens in the bridge, that all that sort of stuff. I write that down in my music so that I know that. I'm not just trying to guess at it. If the melody starts on a different chord other than the root, then be very careful to clearly establish the key so the singer knows the tonal center. I might even, before we even get to the intro, I might just kind of be hinting around back there. So now the tonal center has been clearly set. And then I'll go do my intro. That just gets them in the right headspace. As I'm transitioning between sections, lead them with walk-ups and walk-downs and intensity changes. Get out of your music, listen and watch the singer. They may want to take something around again. Know the song backwards and forwards. If I'm accompanying a song, especially if I'm the solo guitarist, man, I need to know the song so that I can get out of my music and be attentive to what's going on in the moment. She may want to take it faster or slower, or she may be moving the tempo a little bit. I need to be aware of all this stuff. My job is to make them feel secure. That's some wonderful thoughts on how to accompany a vocalist, something if you're playing guitar for any length of time, you're going to find yourself doing. It's a great skill to have.